ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play. Cowlitz PUD proudly supports our community and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Visit cowlitzpud.org to learn about customer-friendly opportunities like our new ride-share program, which allows you to rent our all-electric Chevy Bolt. Whether you want to take it on a quick trip or a scenic drive, the first 4 hours are free, then $4 an hour after that. Again, that's cowlitzpud.org.
Hi, this is Mike. I've been a part of this community for years.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow. Weather Guard!
I call myself a confident vaccine driver. Mom, brakes please. But I'm less confident in the economy. Same here. Thankfully, less flat tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Limited time offer while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. Details at flashmob.com/sale.
Remember that first time you rode a bike? Really hard at first, but you kept improving. That's the thinking behind the Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiber Federal Credit Union. We heard that making that first step to save was the hardest, so we made it a little easier. With as little as $25, you can save at a rate that is way higher than regular savings accounts. And after 18 months, you've saved a nice little nest egg. The Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiber Federal, federally insured by NCUA.
Call Weather Guard. 577-7200.
Weather Guard!
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh-cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. Warmer weather is here. here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your family and bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play. Cowlitz PUD proudly supports our community and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Visit cowlitzpud.org to learn about customer-friendly opportunities like our new ride-share program, which allows you to rent our all-electric Chevy Bolt. Whether you want to take it on a quick trip or a scenic drive, the first 4 hours are free, then $4 an hour after that. Again, that's cowlitzpud.org.
Hi, this is Mike, mechanic with been a part of this community for years.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow. Weather Guard!
I call myself a confident accident driver. Mom, brakes please? But I'm less confident in the economy. Thankfully, less flat tires helps make sure that our safety never takes an accident, even when we're watching our wallets.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Limited time offer, while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. Details at flashmob.com/sale.
Remember that first time you rode a bike? Really hard at first, but you kept improving. That's the thinking behind the Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiber Federal Credit Union. We heard that making that first step to saving was the hardest, so we made it a little easier. With as little as $25, you can save at a rate that is way higher than regular savings accounts. And after 18 months, you've saved a nice little nest egg. The Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiber Federal, federally insured by NCUA.
Call WeatherGuard. 577-7200.
Weather Guard!
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Good afternoon and welcome to David Story Field in Longview, Washington. This is the final game of the regular season. I'm Joey Senna welcoming you in. I hope your weekend is treating you well. The Black Bears are looking to win the rubber game after they set a franchise record with 10 consecutive wins. The Elks took the game yesterday 6-5. The Black Bears came back but were unable to complete the comeback late. They took game one 10-7, and the season series is 3-2 in favor of the Black Bears. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's meet the starting lineup for the Bend Elks. Leading things off, it's a third baseman, Elijah Jackson. Tyler Peterson bats second and plays shortstop. Behind the plate is Luca DiPaolo, who bats third. The cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, Wilson Weber. Batting fifth is the right fielder, Ryan Christensen. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Trey Nelson. 7, 8, and 9 is the second baseman, Brandon Stinnett. The center fielder, Hunter Comine. And Justin Sukata, the left fielder. They're going to be attacking Gavin Gard, who comes in with a 4-0 record for the Black Bears. His earned run average at 6.48. He's thrown just 8 1/3 innings this season, recording 4 punch-outs, 5 walks, and 10 hits given up. The Black Bears wearing their green unis for the series finale. The Black Bears will start the playoffs on Tuesday at home. They will host the Corvallis Knights. First pitch into Elijah Jackson is high, and we are underway in the series finale and the regular season finale. 1-0 the count. Elijah Jackson went 1-for-1 with a run scored in game one as Gard finds his own for the first time, 1 ball and 1 strike, and Jackson did not play in last night's game. Suiting up for the 38th time for the Elks, he's hitting .238. The 1-1 swung on and missed, and Gard working ahead in the count. It's going to be a bullpen game for the Black Bears, looking to save some arms for the playoffs. The first round in the West Coast League playoffs is a best of 3, as Gard spikes that one in front of home plate. After that, the second round and the championship game are just one game to decide who advances and then who will win the 2023 West Coast League Championship. Gavin Gard works exclusively from the stretch on the third base side. The 2-2 is fouled off and out of play. Carter Monda gets a start in left field. Travis Moore, the captain, and Seth Stroh in right. Chris Brown gets a start at third base once again. Kyle Mamarian in the 6th hole. And on the right side of the infield, it's Julius Hooks at second, and Ian Riley starting his 4th game at first base. Called strike 3, and Elijah Jackson frozen in the box as Gavin Gard records the first out of the game and the first strikeout. That'll bring up Tyler Peterson, the shortstop for the Elks. He and Ryan Christensen lead the team in games played. He's playing in his 43rd game. He bats from the left side. Called strike 1 on the outside corner by Tim Montoya. The field umpire along the first baseline with nobody on is Clint Baxter. The Black Bears have won a franchise record 32 games this season, as Gard misses just a bit outside. They're 32-21, and the Elks come in with a record of 25-28. Once again, a beautiful afternoon in southern Washington. Chopper to the first baseman, Riley, and just like that, Gavin Gard has 2 up and 2 down to begin his afternoon. The Black Bears were trailing in last night's game 6-0, and then in the 8th inning they scored 3 runs, and in the 7th inning they scored 3 runs, and in the 9th inning, or in the 8th inning that is, they scored 2, but unable to complete the comeback. First pitch just a bit inside to Luca DiPaolo. Gavin Guard and Max Ortega on the same page. A big deep breath from Guard. The right-hander throws home and misses low and outside. Roped into left field, but right at Carter Monda. 1-2-3 first for Gavin Guard, and the Black Bears will swing the sticks for the first time, scoreless in the rubber match.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your family and bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play.
Let's meet the starting lineup for your Cowlitz Black Bears, presented by Drew's Grocery. Leading things off, it's the first baseman, Ian Riley. Kyle Mamarian bats second and plays short. Batting third is a designated hitter getting the day off on defense. It's Marcus Titiali'i being bumped down in the lineup from the leadoff spot to the 3 spot with his power. He's hitting .302. Cleanup hitter is the third baseman, Chris Brown. Seth Stroh bats fifth and plays right. Batting sixth is the catcher, Max Ortega, who got the start at first base last night. 7, 8, and 9 is the left fielder, Carter Monda. The center fielder, Travis Moore, and Julius Hooks, the second baseman, rounds out the lineup for the Black Bears. And the final game of the regular season, looking to finish the season on a high note before facing the Corvallis Knights in the first round of the playoffs. The Black Bears are actually cheering for the Knights in the final game of the regular season. They are playing the Ridgefield Raptors. If the Black Bears were to win this game and the Raptors lose their game in Corvallis, and the Black Bears and Raptors were to advance into the second round of the playoffs, the Black Bears would host that game. They own the tiebreaker between the Raptors, so if they end the regular season with identical records and they both advance, the second round would be played right here at Lower Columbia College. First pitch into Ian Riley, taken outside 1-0. The Black Bears offense are going to be facing the best pitcher so far in the West Coast League, and it's down to the final start. So if Tucker Grote can end this season with a good outing, he's going to be the ERA leader in the West Coast League. 2-0. Hit to the first baseman, Nelson. It went off his glove, and he's unable to gather it. Leadoff runner aboard for Cowlitz. It's going to go down as an infield single, and Riley has 10 stolen bases, and he's only been caught one time, so we'll keep an eye on him as Kyle Mamarian digs in from the right-hander batter's box. Grote is 1-2 with a 1.68 earned run average, making his 8th start. The throw over, not in time, and his 11th appearance. He's thrown 42 2/3, recording 18 punch-outs. He's given up 14 walks and 36 hits. Last time out, he gave up an earned run in 6 innings at home against Corvallis. He was able to work around 7 hits and 1 walk. He struck out 2 batters in that appearance. Before that, it was 5 scoreless on 3 hits and 1 walk, 1 punch-out against Portland. Mamarian in a hitter's count, 2 balls and no strikes. Since Kyle has joined the squad, he has done nothing but get base hits. He's 9 for 18 with 5 walks. Just finished his freshman year this spring at Gonzaga. The 2-0, but Marion takes an elevated fastball and is way ahead. So the Black Bears looking to win this game and potentially get home field advantage for the second round and to spoil Tucker Grote's fantastic season. He's only ahead in the ERA category in the West Coast League by a few points. 3-1 the count. Throw over to first base once again to check on Riley, who dives back safely. So Grote leads the league in ERA at 1.69, and in second place is an Edmonton pitcher, swung on and missed on the fastball. Riley Barrett, who pitches at Arizona State. He's right behind Grote with a 1.73 ERA, so only 4 points separates the first and second. So Grote looking for a good outing in his final start of this season. A bit overcast and 73 degrees on this Sunday afternoon in Longview, Washington. The payoff pitch misses away, and Kyle Mamarian aboard via walk for the sixth time this season in just 6 games.
Now coming to the plate is number 24.
The Black Bears have a runner in scoring position, looking to strike first in the home first for Marcus Titialii. Marcus, like Kyle, has been a hitting machine since he put on that Black Bears uni, and he takes the breaking ball for strike one on the inner half. We may have a guest later on. I won't give up his name just in case he doesn't make it up to the booth. 0-1 has popped up, and that'll reach the seats. Last night, the post-game fireworks show, one of the best fireworks shows I've seen at a ballpark. I've mentioned it before. Longview does not take their fireworks lightly. The 0-2, Marcus battles it off. People kept clapping at the ballpark thinking that the fireworks show was over because it was so good. They thought, oh, this has got to be the finale. Oh, this has to be the finale. And it kept going and going and going, and it went out with a huge bang. It was so bright in the night sky. Celebrating the second playoff berth in franchise history. The 1-2, Titialii fights it off. And the battle will continue between Grote and Marcus. Marcus 13 for 43, 4 doubles, 4 home runs for the Black Bears. He's scored 16 runs, and he's only playing in his 13th game. There's a breaking ball that misses the barrel of Titialii. First strikeout for Tucker Grote is the first out of the game.
Now coming to the plate, number 34, your third baseman from the University of Southern California, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown will get a crack at it for the first time with Riley on second and Mamarian on first. Takes strike one. The American flag blowing in from left center field. The 0-1, Brown hits it foul and is quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. Carry some momentum into the playoffs, score some runs, have some timely hits, and limit the walks. 19 walks given up in the first 2 games and 9 errors in the series in Yakima before this. So we're going to look to clean those things up before the playoffs begin. Riley dancing around second, draws a throw, but nothing doing. And the other, limiting mistakes is key because the Knights, who the Black Bears will face in the first round of the playoffs, will make their opponents pay for their missed plays and opportunities. So they're going to have to be very sharp to take down the Knights, who have won the last 6 West Coast League championships. and they have won the second half. The 0-2 to the cleanup hitter. Brown takes outside. The Knights in the second half have gone 21-5, and the Black Bears right behind them at 20-7. The 1-2, Brown hits it off the end of the bat towards the Black Bears dugout, and we get to do it again.
Fans, let's make some noise for him.
It's coming down to the last game in the North Division to see who wins the second half. 1-2, breaking ball, popped up into shallow right field. Ryan Christensen gets under it. 2 gone. Victoria is 18-7, and Wenatchee right on their heels at 18-8. Just half a game behind them with one more game to play. The Harbor Cats of Victoria have won their last 5 games, and they're 8-2 in their last 10. And Wenatchee was in the lead just last week, but they've gone 5-5 in their last 10, and they lost their last game. So we'll keep an eye on those scores that feature Victoria, Wenatchee, and then Corvallis as well, as the Black Bears are rooting for the Knights on this final day of the West Coast League regular season. 0-2 the count to Seth Stroh, who went 1 for 5 with an RBI in Game 1 and 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run batted in last night. He hits from the left side as the Black Bears look to take advantage of their first 2 batters reaching on an infield single and a walk. But since then, a strikeout and a fly out to right field. Grote and DePaulo on the same page. The 0-2 breaking ball misses just a bit out. Justin Sukata in left field. Hunter Komine in center. And Ryan Christensen gets a start in right. Elijah Jackson at third. Tyler Peterson at short. The 1-2 is a chopper to Brandon Stinnett, who plays second. He throws over to Trey Nelson and Luca DePaulo putting down the signs for Tucker Grote. Nothing doing of the leadoff single and then the walk to lead off the inning. Tucker Grote comes back and retires the next 3 batters that he faces. No score through 1 inning in the final game of the 2023 West Coast League regular season.
Cowlitz PUD proudly supports our community and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Visit cowlitzpud.org to learn about customer-friendly opportunities like our new ride share program, which allows you to rent our all-electric Chevy Bolt. Whether you want to take it on a quick trip or a scenic drive, the first 4 hours are free, then $4 an hour after that. Again, that's cowlitzpud.org.
Hi, this is Mike from Buchanan Toyota. We've been part of this community for years.
To the top of the second we go. No score in the series finale, the rubber game between the visiting Elks and your Cowlitz Black Bears. Swing and a miss for Wilson Weber, who leads off the inning. 4, 5, and 6 after Gavin Gard retired the side in order. A breaking ball gets a swing and a miss, and quickly no balls and 2 strikes as Gard looked for a second strikeout. This is a bullpen game for the Black Bears, so we're going to see a lot of different pitchers. My guess would be this is Gavin Gard's last inning. Versatility is now a big thing in baseball. We see it in the big league level. And now these younger players in college are adapting and learning how to play different positions. Max Ortega can play first base. He's behind the plate now. Ian Riley getting his 4th start at first base. We saw him in right field. Driven hard into left field, but Carter Monda back with room with the signature hop. Four up and 4 down for Gavin Gard. Who will now go at Ryan Christensen. Both Christensen and Peterson have played 43 games for the Elks. That's a team high as Christensen is hitting .224. Has 1 hit in the series, as well as 1 run scored and 1 run batted in. He's ahead 1-0. He bats from the left side to face the righty Gard. Takes a big sigh and gets set. His glove right in front of his chest. The 1-0 misses and goes over the head of Ortega as it bounced over. Victoria and Edmonton are scoreless in Alberta. They're in the top of the 6th. The 2-0 lifted on the left side in foul territory. Chris Brown comes in and will run out of room. It goes into the Elks dugout. Wenatchee and Kelowna play tonight at 6:05. And in the top of the 2nd, Ridgefield and Corvallis are scoreless in Oregon. We'll keep a close eye on both of those games. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball misses away, and the count runs full to Ryan Christensen. The Elks looking for their first base runner of the afternoon. The challenge pitch, chopped slowly, and the first baseman, Riley, plays it. And no, it's actually Gavin Gard who scoops it up and runs to the bag. A big smile from Ian Riley. And Gavin Gard showing that pitchers are athletes too.
Stepping to the plate is number 40, the first baseman, Trey Nelson.
I guess one size doesn't fit all with the pitchers, but for most I see they can't make that play. But shout out to Gavin Gard for getting it.
Trey Nelson will bat, shooting up for the 24th time this season, hitting 180. First pitch in, misses away, 1-0. Had a few words earlier with Michael Buchanan and asked him, hey, are you going to come up in the booth today? And he said, with the way I pitched yesterday, I need to keep focused and stay in the bullpen. The 1-0 misses downstairs. Gavin Gard turns his head, thinking to himself, well, that could have gone either way. Set from the stretch with nobody on. The 2-0 misses in the turf. And Trey Nelson way ahead, 3 balls and no strikes with 2 gone in the top of the 2nd, 0-0. The 3-0 hit hard but foul on the right side, and that goes beyond the Black Bears' pen. American Workforce Group is positively impacting people and our community by placing motivated, qualified individuals at great places to work. American Workforce Group, built on relationships backed by integrity. Call 360-200-4900. From 3-0 to 3-2.
out of the lineup, but he's been a solid contributor and a great young man with a bright future.
Gavin Gard kicks and deals home. Roped into left field, and Carter Mondo will play it on a few hops. He'll throw it in, and that'll be a 2-out single. First base runner of the game for Trey Nelson and the Elks. So that'll extend the inning to Brandon Stinnett. He's playing in just his 6th game for the Elks. He's 2 for 12. In game 1, went 1 for 2 with the run batted in and 3 walks. And last night was hitless, but he did score a run after he was walked.
Third year with the Elks, second year at the helm for Joey. He's certainly come a long way since those days at Sprague. 1 ball and no strike to Stinnett.
Righty on lefty matchup. The 1-0 hit into right field on a line, and Seth Stroh comes charging in, bobbles it for a second, but he has such a strong arm that Trey Nelson had no thoughts of heading towards third base. A base running rule is you can't get the third out at third base. Back-to-back 2-out singles from Trey Nelson and Brandon Stinnett, so that brings up the number 8 hitter playing center today, Hunter Comine, who's hitless in the series, 0 for 3 in each of the first 2 games. Gard goes with the fastball on the first pitch, trying to establish that first pitch strike, unable to do so against Comine. Chopped on the left side, and it goes off of Chris Brown's glove. In comes Trey Nelson, and over to third goes Brandon Stinnett since nobody was home. Casper, the only one at third base, as Chris Brown moved over towards second, and Kyle Marion had to go retrieve the ball after it went off the glove of Brown, so that falls on Gavin Gard, who missed an assignment going over to third. So a 2-out rally for the Elks. Gets them on the board first, leading 1-0. The throw down is high. Hunter Comine with his 3rd stolen base of the season. 1-0 foul tipped into Max Ortega's mitts. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on second and third and 2 gone. Gavin Gard looking to limit the damage and stop this 2-out rally that the Elks are putting together. In the bottom of the lineup as well. After 2 quick outs, 3 consecutive singles. 2 of them were hit pretty hard, but that one, Chris Brown, had a chance at it and made a great effort, just going off the tip of his mitt. Big, deep breath from Gard, who comes set. Crossbody, the 2-1. Hit foul, and we get to do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, and 2 outs in the top of the second. Deuces wild here in the series finale. Justin Sukata playing in his 36th game. He didn't record an at-bat yesterday because he walked twice in 2 plate appearances, and he didn't play in the first game, and now he has an RBI opportunity. Full count to the number 9 hitter. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Justin Sukata frozen in the box as Gavin Gard records his 2nd strikeout looking and limits the damage to just 1 run on the RBI single off the bat of Hunter Comine. Through 1.5, the Black Bears trail 1-0.
keep you dry in the rain or snow. Weather Guard!
I call myself a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please. But I'm less confident in the economy. Thankfully, less flat tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires. Plus, get an extra $50 off with financing. Limited time offer while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. Details.
Max Ortega, Carter Monda, and Travis Moore slated to hit in the home second, looking to respond to the one run that the Elks put up in the top of the frame. There's that signature curveball from Tucker Grote. 0-2, breaking ball hit in the air into shallow right field, and Ryan Christensen under it. One gone. Stopped at Starbucks before the game today. I woke up at 1:55 this morning to watch the United States women's national team play Sweden in the round of 16. The game was 0-0. It went into extra time, and nobody was able to score, so it went into penalty kicks, and the United States had a couple of chances to win. They needed to score with Megan Rapinoe had a chance, and Sophia Smith had a chance. If either of those two scored, the United States would have advanced to play Japan. But they both missed, and the final goal was a deflection that the United States goalkeeper guessed right, made contact with the ball, and it just went over the goal line as Sweden celebrated the penalty kicks in winning fashion, and they will now play Japan on Friday. It was the earliest exit for the United States women's national team in their World Cup history. They were looking to win 3 in a row, but they were stopped by Sweden. The payoff pitch, Carter Monda spoils it, and he'll see another. So after all that was said and done, it was about 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. Went back down for a nap. Went to Starbucks, and now here we are. The payoff pitch to Monda just gets a piece of it, as well as a piece of Luca DiPaolo, who now gets up trying to walk it off a little bit. Out comes Joey Wong to check on his catcher. The Elks wearing black on black with gold stripes and in gold bend on the chest and gold numbers on their backs. Here's a breaking ball perhaps, and there it is, and Monda hits it in the air into center field for Hunter Komine. These Black Bear hitters have to be going up to the plate expecting that curveball at some point during the at-bat, and a couple of them have been hung over the plate, but the Black Bears have gone under it for pop-ups. They have 3 flyouts. Fastball misses a bit out. 1-0. The 1-0, Travis Moore takes the breaking ball low and outside. He's ahead 2-0. Grote has been throwing that curveball for strikes, so I would expect to see one here to Moore at some point, trying to get back into this count. He has great command of that off-speed pitch. There he went with the fastball that Moore got a piece of. Trying to change speeds for the Black Bears hitters. Here's the 2-1, and there it is, but gets a piece of it and fouls it off. The Black Bears looking to barrel one up. 2-2 the count, nobody on and 2 gone in the bottom of the second. 1-0, the Elks advantage. Fastball, foul back. The 2-2, Moore takes low and away, and the count is full. Build with Baker. Baker Lumber Company is at 311 Pine Street in Kelso, Washington. Don't limp through summer with an old rotten deck. Build with Baker. Baker Lumber Company, 360-423-3900. The 3-2, Moore frozen on that curveball of Tucker Groats, who has his second strikeout, 1 looking and 1 swinging. That concludes the second inning. Bend with a 1-0 advantage.
Remember that first time you rode a bike? Really hard at first, but you kept improving. That's the thinking behind the Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiverr Federal Credit Union. We knew that making that first step to save was the hardest, so we made it a little easier. With as little as $25, you can save at a rate that is way higher than regular savings accounts. And after 18 months, you've saved a nice little nest egg. The Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiverr Federal, federally insured by NCUA.
Call WeatherGuard. 577-7200.
WeatherGuard!
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
New pitcher for the Black Bears, as we expected, to start the third inning. It's Chaz Flores. Ground ball to Chris Brown. Gobbles it up and throws out Elijah Jackson, the leadoff hitter for the Elks. Chaz Flores, a high school kid. He's giving the Black Bears bullpen and arms some rest. They want to go fresh with everybody available into the playoffs. There is a day off tomorrow for the team, so that'll help. A chance for some of these guys to go golfing one final time in Longview. The 1-0, chopped foul right towards the Black Bears dugout. 1-1. The golf in Longview is awesome. I didn't know you could golf for only $35. 18 holes and includes a cart, and they give you 3 free balls at Three Rivers Golf Course. Just about 10 minutes away from the ballpark. I know A.J. Singer loved that. 2-1, hit on a line, but Seth Stroh gets under it. A.J. Singer loved going golfing, and he said It's so much cheaper than golfing in Arizona where he's from. So he took advantage of that this summer. And I asked AJ what he's going to do after he leaves the team, and he said, get ready, rest, get ready for the school that starts in the fall, get ready for academics, get ready for fall ball. And then he said, and of course, go golfing. I know Kai Francis was a big golfer as well. Did a great job pitching for the Black Bears. He's another Gonzaga guy. Kai even went golfing on game days when he didn't pitch. Both of them said, my golf game could use some work, but I'm having fun and getting better every time I go out there. They said they're high 80s to low 90s golfers. The 2-2 hit up the middle slowly. Kyle Mamarian gloves it and throws out Luca DiPaolo. And Chaz Flores records a 1-2-3 top of the third in his first appearance for the Black Bears. Cowlitz looks to get on the board in the home third, trailing 1-0.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your family and bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play.
It's coyote season here at Cowlitz Country. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean? It means haying, cutting, mowing, moving, sowing, pushing, hauling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season. Coyote tractors are fuel efficient, rugged, and ready to work. Stop in at the Old Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today. 1540 Industrial Way in Longview.
Cowlitz.
Tucker Grote goes back to work after a perfect second inning. In the first, Ian Riley led the game off with an infield single. And then Kyle Mamarian was walked after that. Called strike one to Julius Hooks. I am joined by Black Bears catcher Griffin Sotomayor. Griffin, thanks for being here. Ground ball deep in the six hole. Tyler Peterson gloves it and makes a strong throw to retire the speedy Julius Hooks.
Continuing to show off his West Coast League gold glove as he tosses that one deep in his pocket.
Now at the plate is your first baseman, Ian Riley.
How can you say your season's been going with the Black Bears, Griff?
So far, it's been pretty good. Can't complain. I've had a good time out here. Been out here for about 3 weeks. Came out the second half of the season and had a really good time with the guys. And I've been playing some good baseball, so I can't complain. Can't complain.
The 1-0, Riley takes a fastball up and away. 2 balls and no strikes last time up. Riley singled. He's 1 for 1. Here's the 2-0. And same spot, misses up and away. 3-0 the count. What does it mean to you to be on the winningest team in Black Bears history since our inaugural season in 2010?
Oh, well, I feel like it speaks a lot of volume about the guys and the coaches, and, it really means a lot to be able to experience this and see how Longview's been showing out the past few games, and I'm excited to have that first playoff game. I feel like it'll be a good crowd, and, really we've just been having a lot of fun out of the field, and I feel like that's what baseball's all about, is you just go out to the field, have a good time, and it's been paying off for us the past few weeks.
Payoff pitch is skied in the air, shallow left field. It's a shortstop, Tyler Peterson, who settles under it. 2 up and 2 down for Tucker Grote here in the third. What can you say about your skipper, Kelly Stinnett, who obviously spent 14 years in the big leagues, and he was a catcher, the same position you play. So how has it been working with him, picking his brain?
Yeah, it's been wonderful, man. Skip, he's a great guy, and he's a great coach, and, it's really nice to be able to go to him and
roped down the third baseline, stopped by Elijah Jackson, but that's an infield single for Kyle Mamarian.
But it's been really nice to have him there. And like you said, him being a catcher in the big leagues for so long and having so much success, it's really nice because you can go to him, and if I ever need anything, he's there for me, and he's there for the rest of the guys as well. And he's just a super experienced guy, so really good to have him running a team like ours, and I feel like you can see how it's been paying off on the field.
What can you say about this guy at the plate, Marcus Titi Ali'i?
TT, he's the boy, man. He's had a great summer so far, and he's been a really good guy to also pick his brain because he's had so much success in his career. And he's been fun to watch and fun to hit with, and he's overall just a really good guy. But, man, he gets his swing off at the plate. Fun to watch.
Yesterday he hit a ball 105 miles off the bat to center field and ended up flying out.
Yeah. He was he was pretty angry yesterday because he had some really good swings, and I don't know if it showed on the stat card, but he had some really, really good swings yesterday, and there's another good swing.
Cut on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 gone, a runner on first base. The Black Bears trail 1-0. Grote set from the stretch. It hard into left center field. Hunter Komine goes back in front of the track with room.
And there's another one. How hard was that one hit?
We'll find out on the other side of this break. We'll be right back. I'm Joey Senna with Griffin Sotomayor.
Thank you, Joey.
PUD proudly supports our community and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Visit cowlitzpud.org to learn about customer-friendly opportunities like our new ride share program, which allows you to rent our all-electric Chevy Bolt. Whether you want to take it on a quick trip or a scenic drive, the first 4 hours are free, then $4 an hour after that. Again, that's cowlitzpud.org.
Hi, this is Mike from Decanna Toyota. We've been part of this community for years. We're proud to support our Cowlitz Black mission. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends watching America's Best. Decanna dealerships have been around for over 70 years, and they are a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community.
Decanna Toyota, believe in nice.
Welcome back as we head to the top of the 4th inning. From Longview, Washington, I'm Joey Senna, joined by Griffin Sotomayor. Griffin, what are your thoughts on what's happening with the Pac-12? You're a member of the Pac-12 currently at Washington State.
Yeah, it's it's unfortunate what's happening, and it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But our coach sent out a good message to the players and just pretty much about, staying with our team. We got a great team, and we got a new coaching staff coming in, so we just got to stay in the moment, and, that stuff's completely out of our control. So, if you think about that all day long, it'll just eat you alive. But it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out, and, maybe if we move to the Mountain West or whatever. I'm from California, so maybe played some places closer to home, so we'll see. But there's some positives in everything that happens. So
at the end of the day, you're still going to go out there and do your best in the baseball diamonds.
Yes, exactly. So everything else is out of your control, and it's not really worth much thought.
New pitcher is Joey Wilcox, making his only appearance for the Black Bears, trying to save some arms heading into the playoffs. The 2-0, chopped, foul. So the pitchers got to hit some BP earlier today on the final game of the regular season. Tell me how that went.
Sure. That one, the hitters, we didn't have to show up for 30 minutes after their BP, but almost everybody showed up just to watch. And it was a good time. We had Big Mike came out. He hit a homer. And then Woodward, Will I think he hit a few. He was actually really impressive. He had a lefty pull side, so he kind of showed up a lot of us position guys. But it was fun to watch, get a good laugh in, and stuff like that. It's always fun to do at the baseball field because
hit hard into right field. Seth Stroh goes back, jumps, and makes the grab.
Nice catch by Stroh there.
So everyone does the routine fly balls. They do the hops. Can you give me a background information on that, where that started from? Do you know where it started from?
Well, I'm a second half guy, so I showed up, and we immediately actually went to go play at Bend. That was my first series, and I remember the first time I saw that, I was a little confused, and I was like, why are these guys jumping, and why are we tipping our caps so much? But then eventually you just get used to it, and now it's a thing. So I'm not the guy to ask on where it came from, but I'm all for it, so it's been a fun.
How do you get to know guys with the roster changing so much like it does in the West Coast League? And you're a catcher, so you're catching all different kinds of pitchers. How do you gain chemistry there?
Ooh, well, without much time off the field because we play so often, you just got to really make your rounds while you're here. So during batting practice, you get a lot of time to go and talk with the guys. And then in between the game and between batting practice and the game, you have some time. So I think it's just important to go out and try not to talk to the same guys every day, and you make some really good friendships and some meet some guys that you really, really enjoy. So it's been fun, and it is kind of cool to have so many guys coming in and out and build some relationships that may last a lifetime. So
3-1 hit sharply past the diving Julius Hooks for a 1-out single for Ryan Christensen.
That's like Max Ortega right now behind the plate. He's never caught this guy or the guy before, so that makes it pretty interesting as a catcher because some guys will show up and they'll have some really interesting stuff on the mound. So Max is doing a good job because he's never caught these two guys. They just showed up. I think it was yesterday these two guys showed up. So, but stuff like that can get challenging for sure as a catcher.
And with the Black Bears, Chopper hit slowly to Julius Hooks, who gloves it, his only play at first base. One pitch for the second out. And on the Black Bears, you called your game, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah, being able to call a game is really fun. And at college, with how scouting reports work and stuff, I'm not able to call the games at school. And I don't know if like Max or Connor, the other catchers, are able to, but it's fun during the summer to have some nice jump catch here by Breezy.
Chris Brown gets under it for the third out. Do you mind sticking around for one more half inning?
Yeah, I should be able to, unless Max gets up, and then we have to skedaddle, but I'll stay one more.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Griff.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow. Weather guard.
I call myself a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please. But I'm less confident in the economy. Thankfully, less flat tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Limited time offer while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. Details at flashmob.com/sale.
Remember that first.
The Elks, number 45, Rory Lampy.
New pitcher is Rory Lampy, 0-1 this season with an 8.30 earned run average. I'm Joey Senna, joined alongside me, Griffin Sotomayor, catcher for the Black Bears. Griff, did you know anybody on the Black Bears team before you came over?
Oh, I knew Max Ortega. We grew up in the same area. Max is a great kid, great competitor. So when I saw his name on the list, I was really, really excited to go and play with him again. And then Eli Kinnell was here earlier, and he's committed to Washington State, so I saw his name on the list, and I was excited to go play with him. Other than that, I don't think so. But that's the fun part about summer ball is you go meet new guys and build some new relationships.
Now coming up to the plate, number 34, your third baseman from USC, Chris Brown.
Oh, Brandon Larson as well. I knew Larson. We played some summer ball together back in high school. Another good guy.
You may or may not face him. He goes to Stanford now. Hit on the barrel into left field. A leadoff single for Chris Brown to start the fourth. All right, last batter, and then Griffin's got to go get ready to potentially catch the next half inning with Max Ortega on deck. How's it been working with Max and Connor, the other two catchers on the team?
Oh, it's been great, and it's like I said, it's nice having Max, someone who I knew growing up, to be able to work with and just hang out with. And Connor's a great dude, and we've figured out our rotation of who's going to be doing what each day. So it's been really good, and glad I got to spend the summer with him.
What does your rest of the summer look like? I know it's a very short time after this season wraps up. Hopefully it's going to be next Monday after the championship game, but what is your in-between summer ball and school ball or going to school in the fall?
So I'll be going up to Pullman the 15th. So it just depends on how long we make in the playoffs. Maybe just depends on how long I'll be home. So maybe a few days, maybe longer than that, maybe less than that. So we'll see, but that's kind of been the tale of this summer. Not much time at home and a lot of time on the road, but that's just the life we choose as collegiate, baseball players.
2-2 foul back, and we get to do it again. Did you drive here from Turlock, or did you fly?
I flew here, but I was out in Rochester Northwoods League first half, and my parents drove out my car, luckily, out there, but then we had to drive it back. So that was quite the hike. But
there goes Chris Brown. No throw for his 8th stolen bag of the season. And the count runs full to Seth Stroh.
If Seth gets on and then Max gets out, we'll be good. So I'll just play it by ear. Because now there's only, runner second. So it's just if Max gets up, I'll play it by ear.
So when you hit BP, what is your approach to hitting batting practice? Is it something for you to try a new approach, trying to just barrel up balls to get some timing down, or what does your approach look like going into BP? A balk is called, so Chris Brown is granted third base, and the tying run just 90 feet away for the Black Bears in the home fourth.
For me, it just depends on, I guess, what I'm feeling on that day or that week. But in general, I like to work like right center, so I like to think about going right center, and I feel like that allows me to stay on the ball for a little bit longer and have the most success on the field. So I guess I'd say that'd be my answer for that. But sometimes, you're working on a certain part of the field, or like you said, working on a certain rhythm, and and that's just kind of day by day, and you got to make those adjustments as you go throughout the summer.
Payoff pitch hit in the air to center field. Comina took a step back, but now comes in, and it's actually the shortstop, Tyler Peterson, who settles under it. One gone.
Now stepping to the plate, number 30, your catcher.
How can you wrap up your freshman year at Washington State this past spring?
Being out in Pullman in the spring was a good time, and leaving the year.
Hit hard down the right field line, but foul.
I was really happy with how I progressed and some of the adjustments I made. I would have been nice to play a little bit more, but with what I was given, able to get a lot better, and happy to go back for my next year, and going to be a good year.
0-1 driven into right center field, and that finds the gap. One out, RBI double for Max Ortega, ties the game. Max has been seeing the ball really well lately and has been barreling up some balls.
That he has. And I've been picking his brain on what he thinks during batting practice too, and Max works really, really hard, so you love to see it paying off on the field, man. That's a great swing by Max right there. All right, I got to run, Joey, so I can go pick him up. But it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining me, and good luck the rest of the way. Go get those Knights on Tuesday. Thank you. Thanks so much to Griffin Sotomayor. He was a natural in the booth. Ortega on second, representing the go-ahead run for the Black Bears. Carter Monda at the plate. Getting his first start of the series. He flew out to center field his last time up. The 1-0. Nice cutter. Looked like a slider there from the lefty. East to west. Griff has been one of those guys who's a role model on the field and off of it. A tremendous guy. Wish him nothing but success in his sophomore year at Washington State. 2-1 hit into center field, and it hangs up long enough for Comine as Ortega stays planted at second.
Your center fielder from Park University,
Tucker Groats ends the season as the ERA champion in the West Coast League. Groat went 3 scoreless, allowed just 2 hits, 1 walk, and he had 2 punch-outs. RBI opportunity for Moore. Swings at the first pitch, popped it up for Comine. The Black Bears tie the game on an RBI double down the right center field gap for Max Ortega. All knotted up at 1 through the first 4 innings in the rubber game.
Remember that first time you rode a bike? Really hard at first, but you kept improving. That's the thinking behind the Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiverr Federal Credit Union. We heard that making that first step to saving was the hardest, so we made it a little easier. With as little as $25, you can save at a rate that is way higher than regular savings accounts. And after 18 months, you've saved a nice little nest egg. The Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiverr Federal, federally insured by NCUA.
Weather Guard!
all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh-cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. Warmer weather is here, and what better way?
Thanks so much for tuning in to the final regular season game of this 2023 West Coast League summer season. New pitcher is Kyler Schellenberger for the Black Bears. Another filler guy. Resting some arms before the postseason begins right here at David Story Field on Tuesday evening against the Corvallis Knights.
.500 in less in overall record. Should be the Lakers. One pitch misses inside.
1-1 the count to Hunter Comine. He made a couple of plays in center field in the bottom of the fourth. He's ahead 2-1. In the second half, Cowlitz is 20-7. They won a franchise best 10 games in a row. That streak ended last night, but they look to win their last 9 series of the regular season. The 2-1 hit in the air, and Ian Riley gets under it. One gone. That brings up Justin Sukata, looking for his first hit in the game. One of 2 strikeouts of the Black Bears pitching staff here in the rubber game. The team ERA entering today is 3.20. And the record set back in 2011 is 3-1-3. Lifted foul.
1-1 the count. I'm just looking at the different type of wins the Elks have had this season. Been able to have
The scoreboard identical. Both teams with 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors.
coming in extra innings. 4-run record.
You have to think the 9 errors that the Black Bears made in the last series was in part of the natural grass and dirt. It's not an easy place to field ground balls. There are some mean and ugly hops there at the orchard. What a day to end the regular season. Just a tick over 70 degrees. Very comfortable on an afternoon game. Chris Brown in foul territory. Forgot to do the hop, but then did it at the last second. 2 gone on 2 foul outs. So I believe it started when Sam Canton did it on accident in the first game of the season in a non-league game against the Ridgefield Raptors, and everybody else caught on, and even the new guys, second half guys, caught on very quickly. Wanted to join the fun, and skipper Kelly Stinnett said, you guys can keep doing it unless you drop 1. All it takes is 1, and then it's all over. But it hasn't happened for the Black Bears. So they continue to do it on the final day of the regular season. Let's take a look at some scores. It's the bottom of the 5th. Scoreless between the Raptors and the Knights. The Black Bears cheering for the Knights right now. Victoria ahead of Edmondson in the bottom of the 8th, 1-0. Victoria currently half a game in front of Wenatchee. So if Victoria can hold on and win this game, they're going to win the second half. The first half went to Bellingham, so they're the number 1 seed. Bellingham went 20-7 in the first half. And they were still a few games over 500 in the second half, but they did not play as well as they did back in June. Payoff pitch popped up and fouled out of play. Bellingham went 14 and 11 in the second half. And overall, they're third at 34 and 18. 3-2 lifted in the air to Seth Stroh. He forgot to do the hop in right field as Joey Wilcox retires the side in order. We are halfway through Game 3, all tied up, one apiece.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your family and bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play. Cowlitz PUD proudly supports.
Julius Hooks leads off the home fifth. 9-1-2. He tries to lay down a bunt and pops it up foul beyond the Elks dugout along the third base line. Bob's is a proud sponsor of the Black Bears Party Deck and has been serving our community since 1947. Before your next adventure, or for local knowledge and 50,000 square feet of shopping, head to Bob's at 1111 Hudson Street in Longview, Washington, or go to bobsmerch.com. The 1-1 tried to lay down another bunt, and Hooks, frustrated with himself, does a couple of hops, and he'll come back to the batter's box. The flag in left center field continues to wave in. So home runs here are rare. You have to really barrel up the ball to get one out, and usually hit it on a line instead of a high fly ball that goes over the wall. All evened up. Hooks grounded out to short his last time up. He's 0 for 1, and since he joined the team, he's 1 for 15 playing in his sixth game. The 2-2 taken just a bit outside, and Hooks was frozen in the box, looking back at Tim Montoya, hoping it was going to be ball 3, and now it's a full count. And Hooks is aboard. The leadoff runner on for the Black Bears once again, and Hooks has some speed on the bases. Back to the top of the order in Ian Riley, who's 1 for 2 today. That pitch is behind Riley. You don't see that too often. But luckily he's able to avoid being hit. The Black Bears are the 3 seed going into the playoffs and will host the Knights on Tuesday for Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. The throw is a little wide, but Trey Nelson able to get to it. Game 2 and potentially Game 3 will be in Corvallis. Come on out to the ballpark to enjoy $3 general admission, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer. The runner goes on the hit and run, and Riley hits it foul. Or watch from home on the Cowlitz Black Bears YouTube channel, right where you're watching this one. It was quite the season series between the Bears and Knights. Corvallis took game one on the last day of June, 5-1. The 1-1, Riley takes up on the hands, 2-1. The next day, Cowlitz bounced back to even the series, winning 7-3. On July 2nd, on a Sunday, it was a late 7:05 start on Getaway Day due to a post-game fireworks show celebrating Independence Day. High drive into right field. Going back in front of the track is Ryan Christensen, who makes the catch on the run. Another long flyout for Ian Riley. He and Marcus Titiali'i has had a lot of those long flyouts. Corvallis just edged out Cowlitz in the rubber game 3-2. So Corvallis was ahead in the season series 2-1 when they came into Longview for a 3-game set, July 7th through the 9th. There goes Hooks. The fastball is outside. The throw down is a good one, and in time to get Julius Hooks caught stealing, and that puts out number 2 on the board and erases the leadoff base runner for the Black Bears. So now nobody on and 2 gone for Kyle Mamarian. The Black Bears pitching staff in that series had one of the best of the season against the men in armor. Game 1 was a complete game shutout tossed by Jaron DeBerry, the only one of the season. He only needed 84 pitches to do it and recorded 6 strikeouts without giving up a walk. Mamarian fouls it off, and the count moves to 1-2. He allowed just 2 hits the entire game, and his offense backed him up. They took the series opener 5-0. And the Knights would tie the series the following day, having a good offensive performance, winning 9-2. Fastball taken upstairs. And in the second rubber match between those two clubs, in just a matter of a week, Cowlitz wouldn't be denied. In the bottom of the first inning, Ethan Mann smacked a 2-out RBI single as Mamarian hits another foul. The count remains 2-2. He smacked an RBI single in the first, and little did both teams know that would be the difference in the game. Cowlitz shut out Corvallis twice in the series, taking Game 3 1-0. Mamarian takes the fastball a bit out, and the count runs full. So the season series ended 3-3 during the regular season. Will the Black Bears be able to take down the defending champs in the first round of the playoffs? We'll have to find out. Starting on Tuesday, Mamarian hits a slow chopper to the third baseman, Jackson, and now plays it in foul territory, so we get to do it again. We are expecting another splendid series between the Knights and the Black Bears. Follow along on all the action to see who will be raising the trophy at the end and winning a West Coast League championship ring next Monday. The championship game will be on August 14th. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the number 2 hitter. 2 gone, nobody on in the bottom of the 5th, and the fastball is way outside, an easy take for Mamarian, who's aboard. Once again, he walked in the first and just walked now and had a single in the third. Mamarian gets on base at a high rate. So the Black Bears looking to do what the Elks did in the top of the second, and that was put together a 2-out rally. String together some timely hits and put a run on the board. The slugger ticks a bit outside. Mamarian's last fly ball to center field was hit 96 miles per hour off the bat. Gets under it into center field. Comines there. And that ends the inning through 5. Still tied up 1-1.
Cowlitz PUD proudly supports our community and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Visit cowlitzpud.org to learn about customer-friendly opportunities like our new ride share program. which allows you to rent our all-electric Chevy Bolt. Whether you want to take it on a quick trip or a scenic drive, the first 4 hours are free, then $4 an hour after that. Again, that's cowlitspud.org.
Hi, this is Mike with Indiana Toyota. We've been part of this community
New pitcher for the Black Bears, continuing to rest their arms. It's the Black Bears, one of their third basemen, Taylor Langworthy, getting his first pitching appearance this season. Looking to hold the game right where it is, 1-1. In the top of the sixth, 2-3-4 due up. Tyler Peterson, Luca DiPaolo, and Wilson Weber slated to hit. All of them have yet to reach base. Both teams with 4 hits through the first 5 innings. If you're just joining us, the Black Bears were trailing just after the second inning when Trey Nelson scored on a 2-out RBI single from Hunter Comine, the number 8 hitter. And in the bottom of the fourth, the Black Bears would get on the board to tie the game when Chris Brown came in to score on a 1-out RBI double off the bat of Max Ortega. Chris Brown, the third baseman, hands the ball to Langworthy, the new pitcher, and gives him a glove tap. It's funny, different sports. You still do high fives, but when you're playing baseball, it's a glove tap. When you're playing tennis or you're playing pickleball, it's a racket tap. Same. 1-0 to Peterson, who's 0 for 2. With a 3 unassisted and a line out to Seth Stroh in right field his last time up. Hitting .284 in his 43rd game. He has 42 hits in 148 tries. The 2-0 misses, and Langworthy behind 3-0. In the bottom of the sixth, Ridgefield and Corvallis still scoreless. They're playing in their rubber game. And it's just a practice game for both of those teams, a final tune-up before they start the playoffs. Corvallis will be coming here on Tuesday, and Ridgefield will be going to Portland on Tuesday. And then Portland will be heading to Washington to face the Raps on Wednesday and potentially on Thursday if necessary. Leadoff walk issued to Tyler Peterson. And now it's Luca DiPaolo, best hitter for the Elks in 34 games. He hit .339. And in game 1, he went 2 for 3, 2 runs batted in, and 2 walks. Yesterday, he came in just to catch in the 9th inning, so he didn't have any plate appearances. The 0-1 breaking ball is way upstairs. Slips out of the hand of Langworthy. The flag continues to whip in on this overcast Sunday afternoon. Off the hands and foul. Langworthy working ahead in the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Victoria added on a run. Some insurance. They now lead 2-0 in Edmonton, Alberta. The runner goes, a 1-2 is spiked in front of home plate, gets past Max Ortega, and now stuck between second and third, but there's no throw. is Tyler Peterson. He was running right away, so as soon as the ball went back to the backstop, he took a big turn around second, but stayed there when Max Ortega picked it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Langworthy kicks and deals home and hit foul into the Black Bears bullpen, and just beyond it, actually. Playoff tickets are available now. Get yours for the game on Tuesday. First time the Black Bears have been in the playoffs since 2012 and the second time in franchise history. The 2-2 misses away and a full count to Luca DiPaolo. Putting down the signs for the final time this season for the Elks. Meaningless game for them. They're playing just for pride here. But the Black Bears looking to get home field advantage if they and the Raptors were to advance to the second round, which is just a 1-game playoff. Out comes Justin Parrish to have a quick word with Langworthy after the leadoff walk and now a hit batter. The Black Bears have won 10 of their last series. 10 out of 11, that is. And they won their 8th straight series in Yakima. During the stretch, they're 26-10 in the last 36 games. And they look to win their 9th straight if they can come away with a victory here in the rubber match. Dick Canna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Canna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Canna has been around for over 70 years, and they are a local family-owned business with their tradition of supporting our community. Dick Canna Toyota, believe in nice. Nobody out. Runners on first and second for Wilson Weber. A Black Bear during the 2022 season last summer. He's hitless today, but has 2 hits in the series with 1 run batted in. The 0-1. Weber takes just low. I'd like to take a moment and thank our general manager, Gus Farah, and the owner, Tony. Breaking ball out in front of it, and the throw just a bit towards a second base. And Chris Brown unable to apply the tag. Tyler Peterson 90 feet away from giving the Elks a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 6th. I'd like to thank those 2 guys for giving me the opportunity to call these games for the Black Bears all summer long. I've learned so much. It's been so fun getting to see different parts of the Pacific Northwest. Never been to Bellingham or Springfield or Yakima or Walla Walla. It's my first time going to Corvallis, getting to call a game at Goss Stadium where Oregon State plays baseball. Was pretty cool. And meeting their broadcaster, Mike Parker, the voice of the Oregon State athletics, football, basketball, baseball. He does it all and stays busy during the summer calling nights games. Reaching out and finding a hole into right field. That gives the Elks the lead on the RBI single off the bat of Wilson Weber. The runner was going, so that moved Julius Hooks out of the 4-hole, right where that ball was hit.
Now at the plate is Ryan Christensen.
Over to third goes Luca DiPaolo. Still early on in this one, but the Elks have some Geico and Progressive on third base. Still nobody out. The inning started with a walk, a hit batter, and then that RBI single that was not hit very hard as Weber just wailed his bat out there and got a piece of it. A little infield blooper. 2-0 the count. Chopped foul, getting a piece of Christensen at the plate. This is game 54 of the season. I have the opportunity to call 52 of them. I missed the series in Edmonton, but made up one against the Ridgefield Raptors in a non-league game to start the season. Roped into right field. That gives the Elks a 3-1 lead. The throw into second, not in time on the RBI double for Ryan Christensen. Over to third goes Wilson Weber. Looked like some confusion right there on second base between Julius Hooks and Kyle Mamarian. They were confused on who should have covered second base on that. They were both right there. One of them should have been backing up the other instead of both being placed at second base. So they had a few words with each other, trying to clear things up. Fastball misses away. 1-0 the count. One 1-0, misses low, below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. Taylor Langworthy looking to record his first out of the 6. 2 in the bank already for Bend, and 2 more ducks on the pond. The 2-0 hit foul off the bat of Trey Nelson, who's 1 for 2. He singled and scored back in the second and grounded out to Hooks at second his last time up. Hitting 180 this summer. See the number 24 and think of the late, great Kobe Bryant. If you're on social media, you may have seen Taylor Swift was continuing her world tour. Hit hard into left field. Carter Monda started back and now will play it on a hop. And the Elks score the 3rd run of the inning. They now lead 4-1 on that RBI single from Trey Nelson. So Kobe's wife and daughters went to that concert, and Bianca, their youngest daughter, Vanessa and Kobe Bryant, they were there at the concert, and Taylor Swift gave her hat that she was wearing when she was performing the song 22. And there is a little bit of history there. On the previous tour for Taylor Swift, Kobe Bryant revealed a new banner for Taylor Swift in the Staples Center. She had the most sold-out shows in Staples Center history. Now I believe it's Crypto.com Arena, but same building. So Kobe, who's unveiled lots of banners for the Lakers, 5 total, gave a special moment to Taylor Swift that she remembers. So she made sure to meet and honor the Bryant's family when she headed to L.A. for her concert. First out of the inning for Taylor Langworthy is a pop-up to Mamarian at short. Last thing about Taylor Swift, what she's doing is remarkable. She's selling out every city that she's going to, and she's going to some cities for 2 or 3 days, and they're all sold out. Third-party tickets going for $1,000. Hit in the air to center field. That drives back Travis Moore with room. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Hunter Comina, his 2nd RBI of the season, of the game. And in comes Ryan Christensen. And the Elks with a 5-1 lead.
Stepping up to the plate is Justin Sukata.
There was a video that J.J. Watt put out and said, wow, Taylor Swift can really put on a show. And she said it's crazy how her performances are. She's going on stage, moving the entire time for 3 to 4 hours, night after night, city after city. And J.J. Watt called himself a Swiftie at the end of the video. And if anyone knows what hard work looks like and determination and grit, it's J.J. Watt. 2 balls and no strikes to Justin Sukata, who takes way out and is ahead 3-0. The Elks now with 7 hits and 5 runs. Sukata is the 8th batter of the inning. 4-pitch walk, and Sukata aboard for the first time today. When traveling Spirit Lake Highway, stop by Drew's Grocery for the food, beverages, and now serving Chevron gas you're looking for. See the weekly ad at familyfoodstores.com/Tootle and find Drew's Grocery and Service on Facebook. Strike 1 to Elijah Jackson. The 9th batter to come up to the plate for Bend. 0-1 taken low. I'd also like to thank Jay Schuler, Michael Buchanan, and Griffin Sotomayor for coming up in the booth during some games. It's always fun asking them questions, picking their brain, and getting their perspective of a catcher and 2 pitchers. It's got to be phenomenal for the catchers on the team to get to work with Kelly Stinnett. Lifted into right field, and Seth Stroh settles under it to finally bring this inning to an end after 9 batters come to the plate for the Elks, and the Black Bears trail 5-1 through 5.5 from David Story Field on the final day of the regular season.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow. Weather Guard!
I call myself a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please. Gotcha. But I'm less confident in the economy. Same here. Thankfully, less flat tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Limited time offer while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. Details at flashmob.com/save.
Remember that first time you rode a bike?
Answering Rick's question on the YouTube page. So this game does count in the standings. Bend is already out of the playoffs, so it doesn't mean anything for them. The Black Bears are locked into the 3 seed. The game affects the Black Bears only if Ridgefield were to advance in their series against Portland and the Black Bears were to advance in their series against Corvallis. And if the Black Bears were to win today and the Raptors lose today, then the Black Bears would get to host that game against Ridgefield. If the Black Bears lose today or the Raptors win today, then that game would be played in Ridgefield. And if the Black Bears were to advance and if Portland were to advance, the game would be played here. And then the other scenario that doesn't include the Black Bears is if Ridgefield or Portland were to advance, one of them will, and Corvallis advances and beats the Black Bears in the first round, Corvallis will host no matter what between Ridgefield and Portland. So hopefully I clear that up for you, Rick, and anyone else wondering what this game means for both of these teams. 1-2, misses upstairs to Chris Brown. Jackson Kelson has only thrown one inning this summer. It was scoreless against Cowlitz on July the 13th in a blowout game when the Black Bears lost 16-3. Through that one scoreless, Kelson walked a batter and struck out a batter. He faced 5 in that one inning. The payoff pitch, Brown takes in the turf, and the leadoff runner is aboard once again.
Stepping to the plate is number 15, your right fielder, Seth Stroh.
Seth Stroh out of Wichita State comes in to bat from the left side to face the righty Kelson, who comes set from the stretch, glove right in front of his belt. Throws home the fastball, misses away, 1-0. The best part of your next beach getaway is that Fiber FCU has plenty of branches along the Oregon coast. Access your Fiber account at thousands of credit union branches and ATM nationwide. FiberCU.com, banking made easy. 2-0, Stroh offers that in and fouls it straight back. Stroh takes inside. Stroh has a ground out in the first and a fly out in the infield his last time up in the fourth. In a hitter's count, the 3-1 fouled off. That may have been ball 4 outside, but Stroh went after it.
Bears fans, let's make some noise.
Stroh, a second half guy, playing in his 17th game. Hitting .270, he's seen the ball well as of late. The payoff pitch misses down and in, and back-to-back walks issued by Jackson Kelson. And we're going to have a mound visit with great reviews and affordable rates. Guest House is the official hospitality partner of the Cowlitz Black Bears. Enjoy a getaway with the amenities you expect this summer. Call 360-414-5953 or Google Guest House in Kelso, Washington.
Has plenty of branches all along the Oregon coast. Access your account at thousands of credit union branches and ATMs.
So against the Knights, you can catch the game right here on the Black Bears YouTube channel. And when the Black Bears head to Corvallis, you can listen live on the Cowlitz Black Bears radio network. Go to cowlitzblackbears.com and scroll down to Listen Live.
Your catcher, Max Ortega.
Max Ortega delivered the only run of the game for the Black Bears in the home fourth with an RBI double. He shot a line drive in the alleyway in right center field. He's ahead 1-0, couple runners on, and nobody out. Hit hard at the shortstop, who bobbled it at the beginning, but Elks are still able to turn two on the 6-4-3. Seth Stroh is erased as Chris Brown moves to third base for Carter Monda. Come up to the plate twice and flew out to center field twice. Monda looking to square one up here, and that's a balk. And in comes Chris Brown. This is the second time Chris Brown has scored in the series via balk. It's a third balk overall from the Elks in the series. The Elks have lost a game this year on a balk. It was a walk-off balk that the Ridgefield Raptors won. So balks have kind of haunted this Elks team. Fisted into center field, and Comina didn't read the ball well. He froze for a minute and then came charging in and did a dive at the last minute. But by that time, it was too late. It popped out of his mitt. It's going to be the first hit of the game for Carter Monda as the inning continues for Travis Moore. Strikeout looking and a fly out to center field. 0 for 2. In game one, Travis went 1 for 3 with a couple runs scored and a walk. Lays down a bunt down the third baseline, and it's a good one. The throw over gets past the first baseman, and Moore will stay at first base, but Monda heads to third. That was a ball that Jackson Kelson should have just ate up and kept it. You just got to eat it sometimes and tip your cap on a perfectly executed bunt down the third base line sometimes. So it's a bunt single and then an error that allows Monda to advance to third. And the Black Bears looking for a 2-out rally. First pitch to Hooks is low and out. 1-0, Hooks takes up and in.
Black Bears with the tying run at the plate.
2-0 lifted in the air to center field. Hunter Comina moves back into his right to retire the side. The Black Bears had a lot of traffic on the bases in the bottom of the sixth, but only come away with one run on the balk, a huge part into the double play that Jackson Kelson induced off the bat of Max Ortega. Through 6, 5-2, Bend.
Remember that first time you rode a bike? Really hard at first, but you kept improving. That's the thinking behind the Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiverr Federal Credit Union. We heard that making that first step to saving was the hardest, so we made it a little easier. With as little as $25, you can save at a rate that is way higher than regular savings accounts. And after 18 months, you've saved a nice little nest egg. The Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiverr Federal, federally insured by NCUA.
Call WeatherGuard. 577-7200.
WeatherGuard!
Listen up, baseball fans.
We head to the top of the seventh. Some banter between Twitter pages between the Black Bears and the Elks. Shots were fired last night. So it was a fireworks show yesterday, and Ben's Twitter said, man, we didn't know they did fireworks shows when the road team wins. How kind. And then they tagged the Black Bears Twitter and said, Elks snap Cowlitz's franchise record 10-game win streak with a 6-5 win. And the Black Bears Twitter answered back saying, we were celebrating making the playoffs, something that Bend was unable to do. Shots fired on both sides as Will Woodward goes to work in the top of the 7th. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch to Peterson, misses, 1-0. So Kelly Stinnett got to award the pitching staff and let them hit batting practice before the final game today. So they hit BP before the position players showed up. But Griffin talked a little bit about it. All the position players came because they wanted to see their pitchers go to work at the plate. And everyone was so excited yesterday when Kelly Stinnett said in the group chat that pitchers will have a chance to hit BP, and the man on the mound right now, 1-1, is fouled back. Will Woodward delivered a couple of home runs in BP, showing off his strength, and he's a big guy at 220, 6'7". So he hit a couple of shots, and then Big Mike Buchanan, he was in the booth in game 1. Chopper to Hooks, who gloves it and underhands it to Ian Riley. 1 up and 1 down for Woodward. Michael Buchanan hit a long ball as well. Those are the only 3 pitchers to hit home runs in BP. Nick Silva, a former pitcher, reliever for the Black Bears this season, still in the group chat, said, for the record, I would have hit some home runs as well, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And if Silv was here, I believe he would have had one too. Shout out to you, Nick Silva, if you're listening right now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Woodward gets a chase of Luca DiPaolo on that low breaking ball. After the season that the Black Bears had and their pitching staff has done a very nice job, Kelly Stinnett had to reward his pitchers. They've been begging to hit BP, so he rewarded them on the final day of the regular season. Two balls and 2 strikes. The breaking ball hit foul. And the young fan, just to the right of us, comes away with a souvenir and a big smile. He's admiring the ball, the official ball of the West Coast League. Got him. Will Woodward has his first strikeout out of the pen, 3rd strikeout for the Black Bears pitching staff.
Stepping to the plate is Wilson Weber.
Nobody on and 2 gone for Wilson Weber. Came away with an RBI single his last time up. Swings through the fastball, 0-1. Hit foul and Woodward way ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Les Schwab Tires is proud to sponsor the Cowlitz Black Bears. When you need tires, wheels, and safety services, Les Schwab is here for you. Visit leschwab.com or stop by. 0-2, just getting a piece of it as well as a piece of Max Ortega. Wilson Weber stays alive at the plate. We've been so lucky with the weather that we've had. I want to say the hottest game that the Black Bears played in was 95 degrees in Yakima just this last week. but only a few games played in the 90s, the majority in the 70s and 80s. Driven into right center field, Seth Stroh in the gap to make the catch. A perfect 7th inning for Will Woodward as it's time to stretch for the final time during this regular season from David Storyfield. 5-2, Ben's advantage.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your family and bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play.
It's coyote season here at Elks. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean? It means hand, cut, mowing, moving, sewing, fishing, pulling, digging, ripping, tilling, towing season. Coyote tractors are really efficient, rugged, and ready to work. Stop in at the Gourmet's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today. 15.
Mahiro Tomita will pitch out of Japan. Kanagawa he's from. I apologize if I said that incorrectly. He pitches at Southwest Oregon Community College, a right-hander, 154 pounds, 5'7". 4-2 with a 5.17 ERA. He started a couple of games for the Elks, and he's making his 16th overall appearance. A nice sample size, 31 1/3, 24 Ks, 15 walks, and 30 hits given up. He'll face the top of the order for the Black Bears. Looking to come back for the final time during the regular season. Riley ahead, 2-0. Riley way ahead, 3-0. Let's take a look at some scores around the big leagues. Final score in Detroit. The Rays beat the Tigers 10-6. 3-0. Riley takes on the outside corner. The Giants ahead of the A's in the Bay Area matchup. In Oakland, it's 4-3. The Giants lead in the top of the fifth. From 3-0 to 3-2 to Ian Riley. The Pirates beat the Brewers on the road, 4-1. Woodruff got the loss. He's now 1-1. He has a 1.65 earned run average. And the Diamondbacks, who are having a good season, they started out really hot, and they've slowed down as the season has progressed, but they're still right in the mix. They're behind the Dodgers for the lead in the NL West, now by 7.5. But they're only one game out of the wild card. And the Giants just 3 games back of the Dodgers. Oh, and 1 the count. And now 1-1. After the leadoff walk issued to Ian Riley. And the tying run on deck for the Black Bears in the home 7th. The 1-1, but Marion swings and misses it on the elevated fastball. So the Twins ahead of the D-backs, 2-1 in the top of the 7th in Minnesota. And the Seattle Mariners are looking for a 4-game sweep on the road against a divisional opponent in the Anaheim Angels. Lifted into left field, and Tyler Peterson makes the basket catch. Wow, that is one of the hardest plays you can make. An infielder running out and catching it in front of his body backwards towards home plate. Wow, that is a very tough play that Tyler Peterson made look very easy. Marcus Titialii with a 1-0 count with Riley on first and one gone. One more look at that in left field. It's great play by Peterson. 2-0 the count, and Marcus takes below the knees 3-0. So the Mariners and Angels are all tied up after 7 innings, 2-2. Seattle now a few games in front of Anaheim as the second walk of the inning is issued from Tomita.
Fans, put your hands together for your third baseman from USC, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown will bat with a couple guys on and one out, representing the tying run. He hit a 3-run home run in the first inning in Game 1. He's got the power. Brown has been batting very well ever since he got inserted into the 4-hole. He scored twice in this game. He's 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Hits it hard as Hunter Comina moves back towards his left to make the catch, and Ian Riley goes to third. So Brown does advance the runner on the F8.
Now at the plate is your right fielder, number 15, Seth Stroth.
Final in Cleveland, the Guardians lost 5-3 after the brawl yesterday between Ramirez and Anderson. The throw down to second is not in time. Now the throw home is a close play, but Ian Riley slides in there safely, and the Black Bears have made it a 5-3 game. Marcus Titialii now has 7 stolen bags on the season, and as soon as Luca DiPaolo threw down to second is not in time. Now the throw home is a close play, but Riley beat out the throw.
Still 2 outs, 1 ball and 1 strike. A little bit of a risky play there for Benton, but they tried to roll the dice.
1-1 is foul. You don't see it too often, guys squaring up with their fists in front of their hands like we saw yesterday in Cleveland between Ramirez and Anderson. That was quite the sight to see in the Diamonds. A great call by the Guardians radio announcer. 1-2, misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second, and 2 gone. The Orioles beat the Mets, who have had a very bad season this year. The Mets, one of the highest teams in spending, and they are having a season to forget. Seth Stroh goes down looking, and the inning will end. The Black Bears do tack on 1 more run. They've scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. They still trail by 2. Down to second is not in time. Now the throw home is a close play. And Sotomayor, he was just in the booth during the 3rd and 4th innings. He goes out there as Max Ortega starts to put on his catcher's gear. I'll run through the final scores real quick. Stay here through the break. The Blue Jays blew out Boston at Fenway 13-1. Bassett now has 11 wins on the season. And the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Royals at home. The Phillies have had an up-and-down year, but they have a lot of talent on their team. So they're going to be a season to watch. They're going to be a team to watch throughout the rest of the season. Zach Greinke, at the end of his career, is now 1-12. Quick story: our catcher or our skipper Kelly Stinnett actually caught Zach Greinke and then had a few plate appearances against Zach Greinke and took him long in his rookie year in Kansas City. So pretty cool to catch a future Hall of Famer most likely and then hit a home run against him. The Astros beat the New York Yankees 9-7, the final there. And D.C., the Nationals, beat the Reds in Cincinnati 6-3. That's a fun team to watch. And De La Cruz. Pitchers duel in St. Louis. The Cardinals on the wrong end of it. They lost to the Rockies 1-0 the final. Woodward had a perfect 7th inning, looking to carry that momentum here in the 8th against 5-6-7. Ryan Christensen, Trey Nelson, and Brandon Stinnett. No relation to Kelly Stinnett. The Cubbies won in Wrigley 6-4 against Atlanta, who is having a fantastic season. 2-0, swing and a miss. And the Rangers also having a great season in the American League West. They beat Miami 6-0 the final. And then on Sunday Night Baseball later tonight, it's the Dodgers on the road in San Diego. That game will feature Lance Lynn, who came over via trade, and a former Dodger, they call him Dick Mountain, that's Rich Hill. Leadoff walk issue to Ryan Christensen. Now Will Woodward will move to the stretch and look for a ground ball to the double play partners, Julius Sooks and Kyle Mamarian. First base runner allowed from Will. Has to feel extra pumped in today's outing after hitting 2 bombs in BP. I got to hit a little fungo before the game, and I wish that I didn't. Didn't go as well as I wanted, as I'm sure the BP didn't go as well as some of the pitchers wanted. Should just do what I'm here to do, and that's call games in the booth. Stay off the field. 0-2. Nelson ticks outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Nelson playing alongside some teammates currently with the Elks, but any of them on that championship run and winning.
The 1-2. Breaking ball. Misses away as it slipped out of the hands of, or the hand, that is, of Woodward. Well, Corvallis ahead of Ridgefield 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. So if that score holds, the Black Bears are really looking to come back in this game. And a lot has to happen for the Black Bears and Ridgefield to play in the second round, but there is a chance. And in baseball, you never know what could happen. It's the team that's hot that usually wins it at the end. Got him! Second strikeout for Will Woodward. As Trey Nelson will pack his bags, most likely the final plate appearance for him during the season. Brandon Stinnett comes up, who's 1 for 3, a couple flyouts, and he singled his first time up in the second. Lefty on lefty matchup. Fastball misses low. Victoria beat Edmonton, so Victoria is the number 1 seed in the North Division. The 1-0. Hit up the middle softly. Kyle Mamarian hit second base, throws over, and the inning-ending double play allows Will Woodward to face the minimum through 2 innings. It's the home 8th, and the Black Bears looking for a late rally, trailing 5-3.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch Cowlitz Black Bears baseball.
Play ball!
Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Cowlitz Black Bears match up against other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe, outdoor event is a perfect outing for all. Peace Health is again a proud sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. We have our team of medical experts on deck to provide our community with the care they need. Bring your family and bring your friends to a fun-filled time at the ballpark and make it a part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Cowlitz Black Bears baseball. A great double play.
It's coyote season here at Elks. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean? It means hand, head, mowing, moving, sewing, fishing, pulling, digging, reaping, tilling, towing season. Coyote tractors, wheelie fishing, riding, and riding. Stop in at the Lone Man's Candy Store and test drive a Coyote tractor today. 1548
Cowlitz.
New pitcher is Elijah Rogalski for the Bend Elks. Only 3 innings recorded as a pitcher. He pitched against Springfield and then in Walla Walla. On August the 1st, he pitched against Springfield, 2 scoreless on 2 hits, 2 punch-outs, and 8 batters faced. And then in Walla Walla, he threw 1 scoreless, giving up just 1 hit.
Bears fans, here we go.
Up to bat
At the plate to start
is Max Ortega.
pitcher from Cal State, Fullerton.
Max Ortega, Carter Monda, Travis Moore, 6, 7, 8 due up for the Black Bears. Here in the home 8th, trailing by 2 runs. Being out-hit by the Elks, only by 1. Bend has 7, the Black Bears have 6. Bend has 1 error, and the Black Bears haven't allowed an error throughout this whole series after having 9 of them in the last series. Black Bears have hit .245 as a team this season, averaging about 8 hits and 5 runs per game. Off the end of the bat, slapped foul. They have hit 7 home runs in the last 6 games. Marcus Titiali'i has 3 of them and has 4 on the year. Fought off, and we get to do it again, and the count remains 0-2. Ortega with an RBI double in the 4th. Last time up, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. That was the 3rd double play that Ortega has grounded into the series. Ortega down on strikes. He checked his swing, but it was called strike 3 as Tim Montoya rings up the Black Bears catcher.
Stepping up to the plate, number 7, your left fielder.
So Carter Monda will bat with nobody on and 1 gone in the home 8th. Looking for a base runner. That would bring up the tying run to the plate. 5 outs to play with for Cowlitz. What a ride this season has been. The Black Bears went from below 500 just about a month ago to shattering their franchise record in wins. Hit off the end of the bat from Monda, and Shane McCarroll, unable to make a play on it in the first base coaching box. Sorry to Shane, but that ball got past him. Shane is a coach right here at Lower Columbia College, a coach on the team that won the EDWAC championship in the spring. That featured a few of the players on this Black Bears team. A former player, Noah Bowden, and a current player, Nick Miller. And I'm sure there's a couple others, but those are the only two names I could come up with at the moment. Check swing, hit softly to the first baseman on the 3 unassisted, 2 up and 2 down for Elijah Rogalski. So Travis Moore comes up to the plate. Travis Moore looking to extend the inning for the Black Bears. They've scored 1 run in 3 out of the last 4 innings. Breaking ball, taken on the lower half, strike 1. Cowlitz was 6-11, and then at one point 12-14, and then a week after that they were 18-17, and now coming into today's game, 32-22. The 0-2. Moore checks his swing, and they check down to Clint Baxter, and Moore able to hold up 1-2.
Good call, Clint.
With a long stare in. North block. Thumbs ready.
1-2. Moore fights it off. Longview Physical and Sports Therapy, providing quality physical rehabilitation services to clients throughout Southwest Washington. A proud Black Bears partner with an exceptional combined professional experience. 1-2. Moore takes just downstairs as the Elks defender started jogging towards the dugout, but they're back in position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 2 gone to the bottom of the 8th. Looking for a base runner. Moore swings and misses on the slider. Second strikeout of the inning for Elijah Rogalski. We head to the final inning in the final game of the regular season from David Story Field. 5-3, Bend in front.
PUD proudly supports our community and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Visit cowlitzpud.org to learn about customer-friendly opportunities like our new ride share program, which allows you to rent our all-electric Chevy Bolt. Whether you want to take it on a quick trip or a scenic drive, the first 4 hours are free, then $4 an hour after that. Again, that's cowlitzpud.org.
Hi, this is Mike from Dick Toyota. We've been part of this community for years.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow. Weather Guard!
I call myself a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes please? Gotcha. But I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Les Schwab Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets.
Hurry in and save up.
Lyndon Glidewell, the new pitcher for the Black Bears, looking to hold the game right where it is, 5-3. Hunter Comine, the batter for the Elks, he's ahead 2-0. 8-9-1 due up for the Elks. And in the home ninth, it's going to be 9-1-2. Julius Hooks, Ian Riley, and Kyle Mamarian slated. Glidewell looking to find the strike zone for the first time. The 3-0 and a 4-pitch walk issued to Hunter Comine. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Joey Senna, and we get to play some more baseball for the second time in franchise history. This has been the best team that the Black Bears have ever had. It would be great to see them put together a little comeback in the bottom of the ninth to take some momentum into the playoffs against a very good Knights team who has won the last 6 West Coast League championships. 6 consecutive balls thrown from Lyndon Glidewell, and Justin Parrish comes storming out of the dugout. So let's talk about franchise records for a minute. I know I've mentioned it before, but it's the final game of the regular season. I have to let you know just how good this team has been. The Black Bears have been in the West Coast League since 2010, so keep that in the back of your mind when I tell you all the records they've broken. The franchise record for wins was set in 2011 and 2013 with 28, and this team has won 32. So a difference of 4 games from tying 7 games. That's a lot. Coming away with 30 wins in summer ball, Kelly Stinnett, the night that they broke the record in Yakima, coming away with win number 29. He said, give yourselves a round of applause, and he said he was proud of the team on the bus, and Kelly Stinnett has done an outstanding job coaching this team. 8 pitches have been thrown from Glidewell, and 2 walks have been given up in those 8 pitches. Elijah Jackson will bat for the final time this summer. He's the leadoff hitter for the Elks. Couple guys on, nobody out. Glidewell looking to find the strike zone, and finally does with an inside fastball. Also in 2011, the Black Bears' biggest win streak was set at 8 games, and the Black Bears broke that, winning 10 in a row. That was snapped last night when the Elks edged out the Black Bears 6-5. And the team tied a franchise record with 7 shutouts this season, their 7th shutout. And their final one of the regular season came in the middle game in Portland. The runner goes and now is caught in a rundown. A pickoff to third. Chris Brown tags out Hunter Comine. And Glidewell happy about that one. A nice job from the pitcher to step off, because a lot of times when runners go, there'll be a balk because the pitcher will panic and say, oh, shoot, I need to go get this runner. But first you have to step off before you make any throw over, and Glidewell able to do that. In the back of his mind, he knew that he had to do that, so a nice job. From the outside, it seems easy yes, you obviously have to step off if you're a pitcher, but in the moment, it's bang, bang, the runner's going, and you start to panic, but a good job from Lyndon. 1-2 the count to Elijah Jackson, who's 0 for 3 today. He's done a little bit of everything. A strikeout looking, a ground out, and a fly out. The 1-2 hits him, and Glidewell Lost command of the fastball on that pitch. Not wanting to hit Jackson ahead in the count. The Black Bears have been stealing a lot of bases this summer as well. The record for stolen bases was 87. Coming into today's game, the team is at 102. A big help by Latrey McCollum, who's no longer with the team. He had 26 in 32 games. Shout out to Latrey, who finished the season second all-time in stolen bases in Black Bear history. Waved that and missed. Tyler Peterson, 0 for 3. He walked and stole a bag and scored in the 6th. That was a part of the Elks' 4 spot in the first half of the 6th. The 1-1, Peterson takes just a wee bit outside. Final in Corvallis, the Knights beat the Raptors 3-0. Lifted into right field. That moves Seth Stroh back and in the gap. He makes the catch as Sukata heads to third base, 2 out. The best hitter for the Elks will bat for the final time this season, barring a comeback for the Black Bears that would maybe force extra innings. That would be the only way that Luca would bat again. And, of course, unless Ben sends 9 more guys to the plate after this with 2 outs, not likely. 0-1, beautiful breaking ball, and the curveball finds the inner half. No balls and 2 strikes. Glidewell looking for his first strikeout after a couple batters were walked, and he hit a batter. Breaking ball gets past Max Ortega. The wild pitch allows Justin Sukata to come in and score. And the Elks have doubled the score of the Black Bears, now lead 6-3. Geez, Max Ortega's had a tough day behind the plate. Not in terms of making plays, but in terms of getting foul balls off of him. But if you play baseball and you're a catcher, well, you're one of the toughest guys on the team. You get beat up behind the plate day in and day out. Michael Buchanan talked a little bit about it. They don't get enough credit for all the work they do, too. Sacrificing their body, putting their body in front of the ball to keep it closer, right in front of them, and calling the games like in this case. All 3 catchers get to call the games for the Black Bears between Connor Talixon, Griffin Sotomayor, and Max Ortega. One ball and 2 strikes to the number 3 hitter. Speaking of catchers, Luca DiPaolo is the catcher for the Elks. Frozen like Frosty in the box, and DiPaolo slams his bat for the final time in the regular season as Lyndon Glidewell records his first strikeout. We head to the last of the 9th. The Black Bears offense has some work to do if they want to come back and get home field advantage potentially for a second-round showdown between the rival Ridgefield Raptors.
Remember that first time that first step to saving was the hardest, so we made it a little easier. With as little as $25, you can save at a rate that is way higher than regular savings accounts. And after 18 months, you've saved a nice little nest egg. The Money Builder Share Certificate from Fiber Federal, federally insured by NCUA.
Call WeatherGuard.
577-7200. WeatherGuard!
To the bottom of the ninth we go. 6-3. The Elks looking to spoil the final game of the regular season for the Black Bears, who have won 8 straight series and 10 out of their last 11. Rogalski back on the mound for the Elks. Pitches from the first base side of the rubber, exclusively from the stretch. He'll face Hooks, Riley, and Mamarian. Hooks ahead 2-0. Playoff baseball in Longview for the second time ever and first time in over a decade. Come show your support by packing David Story Field on Tuesday evening at 6:35 for the playoffs. Hooks way ahead 3-0. This is the best team in team history for Cowlitz. You won't regret coming out to the ballpark. Tickets for the playoffs on sale now. And it's a great deal if you come out as well. $3 general admission, as well as $3 nachos, hot dogs, and domestic canned beer. Fist it into right field, and that's a leadoff single for Julius Hooks as the Black Bears look for a late rally in this one. So up to the plate comes Ian Riley. He'll bat for the 5th time, has 1 hit and 1 walk with 1 run scored. Finds a hole on the right side, and the Black Bears will bring the tying run to the plate in Kyle Mamarian after back-to-back singles. I'm sure the Black Bears are aware of the score in Corvallis, so they're really trying to come back in this one. Like I mentioned, a lot has to happen for the Raptors and Black Bears to face off in the second round, but it's a possibility, so you want to give yourself a chance. Hit off the end of the bat, but Marion 0-1. The Marion has reached safely in 3 out of 4 of his plate appearances, 2 walks and 1 single. He is 10 for 19. And finds a hole on the left side, and the Black Bears have them loaded. The tying run on first base, and now the winning run is represented by the Black Bears slugger, Marcus Titi Ali'i. Oh, man, late drama in this one. Pressure on the Bend Elks pitcher, Elijah Rogalski. And we're going to have a mound visit before the first pitch is thrown to Marcus, who has been hitting the ball on the screws. 4 home runs, 4 doubles, and 13 games played. He had a multi-home run game in Game 1 in Yakima. With 1 swing of the bat, the Black Bears could walk it off. Cowlitz does not have any grand slams this season, so what a treat it would be if Titi Ali'i can square one up and send the Black Bears off in walk-off fashion, and to end the season with a win and tie the Ridgefield Raptors with the overall record, as the Black Bears have a better divisional record in the South Division, so that's why the Black Bears own the tiebreaker with the Raptors. Right down Broad Street as TTLE takes strike one. Marcus is 0 for 3 today, but another hard hit ball into center field, which is the deepest part of the park, and he fouls that off quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. I'm sure Marcus is thinking to himself he should have offered out that first pitch from Rogalski. Bases loaded, nobody out, 6-3 ball game. And a meaningful game now for the Black Bears. Shot on the right side, and Marcus Titialii keeps the string going for the Black Bears, just passing the baton to one another. 4 consecutive singles to start the 9th inning. Nobody out. The tying run in scoring position at second, and the winning run at first base.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown now has a crack at it and takes a fastball on the outside corner, dotted perfectly from Elijah Rogalski. Late drama in the final game of the regular season. The 0-1 swing and a miss. A lot of movement on that pitch that moved west to east from Elijah Rogalski. 0-2, check swing, and Chris Brown went around. First out of the inning as Rogalski strikes out his 3rd Black Bear.
Now bring in your right fielder, Seth Stroh.
Seth Stroh comes up to the plate. Stroh has 8 runs batted in this season. Make that 9. Nope, sorry, I was looking at Ortega's sheet, which is on deck. So 8 runs batted in for Stroh. Hitting .270, playing in his 17th game. Looking to drive a ball in the gap to tie the game. 1-0, broken bat, hit on the right side. Played by the first baseman and underhanded to the covering Rogalski. 2 outs on the board. The tying run just 90 feet away, and the winning run in scoring position for Max Ortega.
Now at the plate is Max Ortega.
Max Ortega had an RBI double in the 4th inning. Down to their last out here in the rubber game.
Let's hear it for Max Ortega.
Game 54 of 54 in the regular season. Tying run at 3rd. Ortega takes on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Black Bears now out hitting the Elks 10-7, but trail 6-5. This was a score yesterday, but the Black Bears looking for a different result. 1-1. Taken outside on a borderline pitch, but it was out. That was a good call by Tim Montoya and a nice take for Max Ortega. Two 2-1. This time hits the outside corner. Deuces wild for the final time in the regular season. 2 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ortega takes up and in, and it hit him. So that'll move to Carter Monda, and now time is called. Time's called for Kelly Stinnett, and there's going to be a pinch runner for Max Ortega, which is a little weird because that run doesn't matter. The only run that matters is on second base, which would be the winning run, and, of course, the tying run on 3rd. But that's kind of a weird pinch runner situation. It all comes down to Carter Monda. Bases loaded, 6-5. 2 gone. Monda takes up and away. Mamarian on third after he singled. Titiali'i on second after he singled. And Monda pops it up, but foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Everybody on the edge of their seats here on this Sunday afternoon. Rogalski comes set. The 1-1. Monda with a good eye and takes the slider a bit out. 2 balls and 1 strike. Monda 1 for 4 today with a single. He has 10 runs batted in, and now he's ahead 3-1. Pressure on Rogalski. And this has to be a take for Monda unless it's in that keyhole spot, as Michael Buchanan calls it a cookie. The 3-1 misses, and the tying run is walked in for the Black Bears in the bottom of the 9th. They have put up 3 runs, and the winning run just 90 feet away as Carter Monda walks and picks up RBI number 11. Wow. Excitement in the final game of the regular season. Travis Moore, the 9th hitter of the 9th inning. All tied up 6-6 as Moore looks to end it here. Travis has 2 RBIs, and he's 1 for 4 today. The RBI number is low because Travis is only playing in his 6th game. I wonder if Moore could possibly lay down a bunt down the third baseline. The third baseman is playing very deep as a slider at the knees is called strike 1. Of course you want to swing away, but Elijah Jackson is playing so far deep at third base, and Moore has a lot of speed. He looks like he's swinging away, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-6. The base is loaded, but the only run that matters is at third base, represented by Marcus Titiali'i. Hit foul, and now 1-2 the count. The Black Bears have 2 walk-offs this season. It came in back-to-back nights against the rival Ridgefield Raptors. The heroes were Ian Riley and Brandon Larson, and now Travis Moore tries to be. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases juiced and 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th. Rogalski shakes off to Paulo, now on the same page. Slider that Travis Moore is able to lay off. And as a little kid in the backyard playing wiffle ball, this is what you dream of. Bases loaded, tie, ball game, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. The number 8 hitter, Travis Moore, is walked, and the Black Bears walk it off with the walk on their 3rd walk-off of the season. And they finish with identical records of the Ridgefield Raptors. So if those 2 teams were to advance out of the first round against the Knights for the Black Bears and the Pickles for the Raptors, that game would be played right here at David Story Field. A huge comeback win for the Black Bears as they are in victory formation on their 3rd walk-off of the season, and they end the regular season on a high note with a big comeback, putting up 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win 7-6. And that also means the Black Bears have won 9 consecutive series and 11 out of their last 12. What a day for the final day of the regular season in this 2023 West Coast League summer. The Elks finished with an overall record of 25-29, and the Black Bears with a franchise record 33-21. What a way to finish things during the regular season. I'm Joey Senna. Thanks to Justin doing the graphics right beside me. We'll be right back here in Longview, Washington on Tuesday at 6:35 for Game 1 of the best-of-3 series against the Corvallis Knights. Have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon. Take care of yourself and your loved ones.